So yeah, so basically this is the part where you need to like pay attention to, because the flipping of the okay, the flipping of the number and the card happens here. Okay, so it happens here, and if you don't get it right, you have problem. So basically, what they're saying is, remember you create a clone here, you created a clone here, okay, and then you're saying when I started as a clone, I want you to do this. All right. When I started as a clone, I want you to do this. So now here, when you start as a clone, the first thing is, like we always say this, put it inside a forever, because it's a continuous event, right? It's the continuous event. You want the event to like continue, keep looping until the red button is clicked. Okay, so when you do that, when I start as a clone, put a forever inside it, and then you put an if then. So the first block is going to be an if else block. Okay, and then remember we said that the if else block is a conditional statement. Okay, we said the if else block is a conditional statement. So when you do that, put touching mouse pointer. We know what mouse pointer is. I believe so. Eh? Do we know what mouse pointer is? The mouse pointer is, of course.
Yes, sir. And I also have another problem.
Okay.
It's not arranged.
What is not arranged?
The X and O.
Okay, why is it not arranged?
It's on the line.
It's what?
On the line.
It's on the line of the, so what's the size of your sprite? Is it 100?
Yes.
So change it from 100 to one number, maybe like 60 or 50. So
60.
with that, yeah, so with the number being small, it should be able to like fit into the box. Give me a minute.
Yes, sir. Desire, this way. Come.
Okay, someone are you ready? Okay.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So sorry, please. I have to be dropping every now. I have flu. So I have to use the toilet once in a. Ah, so yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So when you do the mouse pointer is your cursor, right? The mouse pointer is your cursor. So what that tells the program to do is, so when I click the green flag here, if I hover on it, right? If I hover on it, so now there's a white, if you look at the costume, going back to our costume here, you can see a white box, right? You see a white box. Now, the reason why you can't see a white box here is because it's on a white background. Okay, because it's on a white background. So white and white, they blend together. So you won't see, you won't notice that there's an invisible white background here. So basically what this code tells it is that, what this place tells it is that when I hover on, if touching mouse pointer, right? Your mouse pointer is the cursor. So if this touches the mouse pointer and the costume number is equals to 1, what's the costume number here? The white background here is 1. So if you look at it, it is number, it is orderly numbered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you are telling it to say, okay, if costume number is equals to 1, right? Do what? Switch costume to gray. Okay, switch costume to what? Gray. So what that does is that if I touch the white, the white sprite, okay, if I touch the white sprite, I want you to switch the costume to costume 2, which is gray, right? And then you put another if then and say if mouse down. Now mouse down is when you click on the when you click on that sprite, okay? When you click on that sprite, that is mouse down. Mouse down means when you press it down, So meaning when you click on that sprite, when you click on this sprite, okay? Now, as it is now, I'm only hovering on it. But when I click on it, okay? When I click on it, so when mouse down and costume number is equals to 2. Now, flip mode. Now, this flip mode, notice that this mouse down is inside an if then, okay? It's inside the conditional statement, which is if then, okay? Then we created a variable called flip. Now you can call your flip to maybe turn or whatever you want to name it as, okay? You can call it whatever you want to name it as. So what you're saying is if flip divided my mode. Now this mode in mathematics is module, okay? It is module. I believe some of you knows what is modular. What's modular in mathematics? Hello?
So,
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Joseph,
What is
Mr. Joseph,
modular? Modular, yeah.
Mr. Joseph,
What's modular in math?
Mr. Joseph.
Huh? I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. I'm with you. I can hear you.
I'm now with my PC.
Okay, that's good. So now here, what numbers? Hello. Are there people in this class or I'm talking to myself?
So
4 divided by 2 is what?
I didn't hear you well.
4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is what?
2.
2. Okay, so 4 divided by 2, is there a remainder or no?
2.
Eh? Okay, 3 divided by 1. Okay. So here, you're saying, okay, this flip is a number that you don't know. So take that number, divide it by 2, okay? Divide it by maybe 2 or whatever number. Then if the remainder is equals to 1, switch costume to 0, okay? Switch costume to 0. So it's switch costume to 0 that does this changing here. You get that? You get that? Else, if it's not equals to 1, switch costume to X. You see? Right? And then change flip by 1. So it keeps incrementing the value. Okay? It keeps incrementing the value by 1 until all the boxes, the 9 boxes are filled. Okay? It means the code is fulfilled. Do you understand? So you need to pay attention to this place here. And then if else, so you're saying if else, if costume number is equals to 2, switch costume to white. So which is here? We come here, costume number is 2, which is gray. So whenever you see the costume number is equals to this, so this else part is telling it that if this condition, now remember there's a conditional state, is a clause, right? The first one is if else. So if touching this, switch it to gray. But if else, if that condition is not met, if that condition is not met, switch costume to white, which is the white background that you have. Okay. Okay. So when you are writing a code, you need to be attentive because it's logic, right? Like I always say that the program will keep looping different code or different blocks of code until a certain condition is met. Okay, and if that condition is not fulfilled, it will, if the condition is fulfilled, it terminates and then move to the next code. But if the condition is not fulfilled, it will loop through it until that condition is met, right? So this is not difficult to do. Okay. Remember, there are nested blocks in here. We are nesting blocks inside one of this. So you see this. So you bring this in. Basically, so the same thing happens here. Now, this part. So this part now, set count. So in set count, we have count. We created a variable called count, and then we set count to 10, right? We set count to 10. We also create something called the list. And in the list, we have about how many lists do we have? Sorry. Okay. So we created a list. We have about, we have about 9, right? And it started from 10, right? So the reason why it started from 10 is because you're saying since the highest value in the box is 9, okay, since the highest value in the box is 9, we want to start from 10. So here now, these numbers, whenever we click on that, you see that the 10, they will change to 0, okay? Then where's 9? 9. This. So you see that whenever we click on those cells, okay, whenever we click, so the only cells that we didn't click on was 10 and was just 10. So that was the only box left. So that cell just keeps like the numbers of each cells that you are being clicked on. So that is what this part does. It just keep count of, okay, which cells are we in at this point, okay? So with this, you should like use this to determine who the winner is, okay? So whenever we do, we set count to 10, and then when we start the green flag, set count to 10 and then delete all cells, okay? We want to delete, so when we click on green flag, all the cells that were filled before, okay? All the cells that were filled before, we say, okay, when we click on the green flag, so let's click on this. It deletes all the cells, okay? It deletes all the boxes that were clicked on before. So it deletes all of them and then refresh. So it just, what this part does is that it just helps you keep count. It just helps you keep count of all the boxes. So if we do this and start, you can see everything starts from 10, 11, 12. So we are saying, okay, since we are starting, the length of this group is 9. Okay, so start from 10, like increase we want to go one step above 9, okay? And then add count to the cell, which is this count variable that we use here. This count variable that we use here. So, and then change the count by 1. So basically we just create a cell and give it nothing. Now, the way this comes into play is the sign number. Yes. So the sign number, and where is it? Okay, so yeah, so this sign number is, yes?
I reduced the size, but it's not still arranged.
Okay, what is it at the center?
Center, no. Let me check.
So if it's not at the center, there's no way it will arrange. It will be arranged. So you have to keep it at the center. You know what I mean, center, like centralizing it at the point of creation. Hmm?
I centralized it, but it's still the same.
Let me see.
Okay.
So before let me just do this. So here I've explained before that, okay. So I've explained this part before. All you just need to do is to create like, what's the word? So this part, you want to check what this part does is you want to check which box is filled, right? So what we are saying basically is if this cell, if cell 1 is equals to cell 2 and cell 2 is equals to cell 3, X or 0 wins. So for instance, if we have X here, right? And we have X here. Oh, no. And we have X here. And we have 0 here. Now, what this checks is, in this cell, is this cell equals to this cell? Yes. Is this cell equals to this cell? Yes. So if this cell is equals to this cells, so that means X wins, right? So this is what this part does. So you're saying, basically saying, if cell 1, if
Excuse
one,
me, Mr. Joseph.
sir,
I have a question.
what's your question?
The question is that should it be like how did you get the line? Like the line is meant to be like line 1, line 2, and line 3.
Which line?
The black lines.
Which black line are you talking about?
No, this one.
This one?
Yes. Yes.
And you just draw.
Okay.
Just draw this.
Okay. Thank you.
So this checks to see if this line is equals to the, this check to see if this line is equals to this line here. Okay. If this line is equals to this line here, and if x is here, x is here, x is here. So if 3x matches a cell, okay, if 3x matches a cell, that is 1. If 0, if 30 matches a cell, it means 0 wins. Or if 3x matches a cell, it means 3x wins. So that is what this part is. So the code is quite lengthy. It's quite lengthy, but if the logic is very simple. So once you can get one logic right, it is easier for you to like get the other logic. Because one, we are checking. So here we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 boxes. So we do it for the parallel, and then we now check for the diagonal. So for the diagonal, we check for 1, 5, and 9. And then we check for 3, 5, and 7. Okay. Okay. And then you can now check for the vertical part again, which is 1, 4, and 7, 2, 5, and 8, and then 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're saying if item 1 of cells equals to x. So you're saying if one item out of all the whole cells is equals to x, shows broadcast x wins. Okay, broadcast what? X wins. Or else is 0 that wins. So you're saying, okay, if when the green flag is clicked, wait for 5 seconds, and then before you start checking. Okay. Any question? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so Daniel, you want to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free.
Sir?
You're free.
It's not arranged.
Wait, go back to your.
Sir?
Go back to your character, your sprite. I mean, your costume.
It's meant to be on Zoom, but however, with the feedback I got from the plenty of them still need to, resend something, adjust something. So that is what we do this week. So there's no meeting between me and them. So, but this week now is good for us to either.
So now reduce the size, reduce the number.
Is
The
available for the 5 p.m. to be right.
size?
Yes.
We do tomorrow or maybe when we be available to pay for the call, maybe in the evening today, so that we kind of meet actually, because we don't really 3 of us have a net. So for me now that's the target. So for the I don't know if you have noticed I've given them reviews, I've sent videos, and the next thing I wanted to do before I just became very tired was there were some corrections,
Reduce the size of this. Reduce it to like 50.
And then they should go through that this week. So
Joseph,
Yeah.
what should I reduce the size to?
What should you reduce the size to?
Yes.
Can do a lower, maybe 50. Just try 50.
It's not the same. Mr. Joseph,
Yeah.
did you see what I did next?
Now, where's your,
Sir?
go back. Is it centralized? Go
It
click
is.
on your O.
Sir?
Click on your O.
Okay.
No. Go back. Click on the O or the X.
Oh, okay.
Why is it even looking wobbly? Huh?
Nothing.
Okay, so the other thing could be like check your X and the Y. Check your X and the Y. Go to X and Y.
Go to
Your X and Y.
X and Y. Okay.
So I think that's reduce the size. Okay. Go to the X and Y and check
This
from
is it. This is the X and Y.
So so you have to snap it first.
What
have
should I snap?
Snap, drag the X. You know the way you do it to check the position now. So first you need to like check the position first. You get.
Okay, this is the position.
Where? What did you say?
I said this is the position.
Okay. So if that's the position, so you need change it. Click on the start button again.
Yes.
Yeah. Click on it again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then change your X to 90.
My X to
90. Change it to 90. Change X by 90. Where you have 80, change it by 90.
It's not.
Or the other thing you could do is change it to a smaller value. You can use something like 60 and 50 for the go to X and Y.
60 and
Yeah, just change it to a smaller value.
yes,
Maybe
sir.
like 60 and 50 something.
Yes, sir. I think it's the X.
Yeah, so increase your X. No, not that one, not that one. You go to X, you go to X. Either increase it. You get what I'm saying? Change the 60 to either minus 60 something.
Sir?
Change it to minus 60 something. So you have to start, keep working on that 60 until you get it right. So I use a minus 60, I use minus 60, I use minus 63 and 50 for mine.
50.
I use minus 63 and 50.
And
50. Okay, another thing could be that you need to like adjust your backdrop too.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so you need to also adjust your backdrop, and then maybe change the size of your costume. So that could be one of the things that will like affect it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So who is he again? Timininu, Liz Angel.
Yes, sir.
So can we see your project on Tuesday?
Okay, sir.
Hmm?
Okay, sir.
That's what you'll be saying, okay. So, and then also note that you have to do a presentation next week, Saturday. Is that clear? So you have like one week of, you have 1 week to take your time to come up with something. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
So, Auntie Lillian, can I take my leave now? Ms. Kechi, can I take my leave now, please? Another meeting is waiting for me right now.
All right, okay, then you can go. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hope the class today went well. Mr. Roland. Daniel, Liz Angel, Tumi. Hope you got the class well. I need to hear your responses. Get the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's okay. Over. Okay, who said yes firstly? I didn't note, please. Daniel, did you get the class?
Yes, ma'am.
I thank you. Liz Angel, did you get the class?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tumi, did you understand the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You noted what Mr. Roland explained to us, as well as our upcoming project that we have to submit. Please, you see what happened at the start of the class today. I am appealing to you. Let this not repeat again, please. Let's prepare ahead of our classes and let's take these classes seriously. Sincerely, I'm feeling you are not taking these classes seriously. Or do we call this class off? Maybe we should stop it now. Is that what you want? Should we stop it?
No, ma'am.
Your seriousness, your punctuality, your diligence is required for the success of this class. Say the instructor now, he's taking things over and over again. I know by now, looking at our curriculum, we're supposed to have gone far ahead. But due to these drawbacks, we are still behind. And one thing, like he mentioned today, please, if you do not understand something, please feel free to say it out. If you don't ask questions, you cannot learn. You need to ask questions to get knowledge. Don't feel you know it all. Please feel free to learn. Yes, you're asking questions, you may feel intimidated, you may feel shy, but I want to assure you of the fact that that is what will give you the knowledge that you need to become an expert. That is what will give you the knowledge you need to become who you want to become. Except if you have decided you want to become this shy and naive person in your future. But I know that is not what all of you want to be. So I encourage you, please, open up, speak up, and let's be serious-minded with this class. I am appealing to you all. I wouldn't want us to take any strict measures that may be somehow of disadvantage to all of us, but the way you are driving us to that point, that's what it's doing. But I'm not happy about that. And I know the management of this training is not happy either. So please, let's try and put in our best efforts. Come what may, we are all bound to have our own weaknesses. You know your weaknesses, you've identified it, then you work on it. I know sometimes I took you on the class as regards your self-confidence. You have to build that up. Don't feel intimidated that this other person knows that I don't need. So if I ask, that will make me feel down. No, no, no. No. I'm very sure that even some of us in the class who didn't understand some of the things that Mr. Roland was explaining, who felt they understood, they got it clearer today after he explained further. So that's how learning is. You don't ever know it all. Up to now, discoveries are being made all over the world. So learning is an ongoing process. Nobody ever says he has the whole knowledge. So see yourself in that position. And please don't go about measuring yourself with others. Maintain your focus. And please, let's move up. Better, diligence, punctuality. I am appealing to you all for here. Please, let's make this serious, okay? All right. So look forward to seeing you in the next class on Tuesday by 5 p.m. Please be punctual. So on this note, we call the class over for now. Bye.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Yes,
Oh, Cecil, you came in
yes,
late.
please.
I wasn't in the class. What happened? Liz Angel.
Sorry, I have to go somewhere.
Okay. Liz Angel, has the class ended?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what did you guys do?
I see Miss Lillian.
Yes.